Hello, it's Kadisha. I'm back with another video. And as I was reading the word, the Lord just allowed me to realize that we can be disobedient if we choose to, but there are consequences for our disobedience. And I know we want all that the Lord has for us. I believe that, of course. That's why you're watching this video, because you believe the Lord has more for you and you want what God has for you. But oftentimes we don't realize that it's our disobedience that basically will get us into a lot of trouble. We can think about Esther, where it wasn't her disobedience, it was more so, I want to say his name was Mordecai. I want to feel like it's Mordecai. Yeah. And he was telling her, like, if you don't do it, like, you will not be, like, you won't escape being disobedient. And of course, we can think about the children of Israel, where they were going around in the wilderness for 40 years. And that wasn't necessarily because of their disobedience, but it was more so of their choices, of them not wanting to believe like what God had for them. And so the Lord said, you won't see this. And even Moses was disobedient, the reason why he didn't get to go into the promised land. But I was actually reading in 1 Kings, and this is after the passing of Solomon. And this was actually a prophet. I'm not sure if it said the name of the prophet. It probably did. But that's not the point. The point was that the Lord deliberately told him to not go and eat and drink from where he had came from. And in the beginning, he was like, yeah, I can't do this. But someone else came to him and told him, like, come back, please come back and eat and drink and stay. And he ended up doing it. And I don't know if to say that's like peer pressure or what exactly, because most of the time when we do something, we know we're not supposed to do it. Like, we're like, okay, I should not be doing this. And we choose to go ahead and do it anyway. But the result of this guy's disobedience was him being slain by a lion. And this is the sad part, because the lion didn't even eat him. The lion didn't even eat him. So that's how you know, like, the Lord in control of everything. Because if a lion don't eat you after killing you, that just don't make sense. That don't make any sense. And I believe the word. So some people may take the word and say, well, they believe this and don't believe that. But if the Bible said he didn't eat him, then he didn't eat him. But I was just more so looking at the guy's disobedient, and because of his disobedient, he lived a short life. And I say a short life, I don't know how old he was. But I want us to learn by that. And this is, of course, for myself. Like, what is God telling us not to do if we're choosing to go forward anyway? And we may not be slain necessarily, but we may not reap what the blessings that the Lord has for us. And that's so unfortunate. And I just want the people of the Lord, and I say people of the Lord because us as Christians are the ones that are disobedient. We're the ones who choose to walk out of line and do what we want to do instead of following after God. And I just want us to get all that God has for us. And today the message that I was listening to was necessary steps to go deeper with the Lord. And it was just like so on point, because I was thinking of that when I was praying with my family. And I was telling them that one way is going to be stewardship. We have to learn how to steward what the Lord has given us. And there are a lot of different commandments that will open up the promises of the Lord. But that's why it's so important for us to study the word for ourselves, so the Lord can tell you what exactly you need to be doing, so that you're not walking out of line. Because I can tell you to do something, and it could be for what the Lord told me to do. So I could be walking in obedience, but that's not what the Lord called you to do. And so it's okay to watch videos. It's okay to, of course, get a word from pastors. That's okay. But you have to have your own relationship with the Lord, so that you're not walking out of line and receiving a consequence that wasn't even for you if you would have chosen to be in line with what God has called you to do. So I hope you were able to grab something from this. Thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, sa cambio que quieres ver en otros. Until next time, bye.